Yeah, the evidence speaks for itself. This is the entity that is stalking and stalking by helicopter. So this is the evidence that's going to require martial law. And LORENZ is going to be under martial law. The Ontario Police Department are not going to be driving. They're losing their driver privileges, which they have used to engage in stalking on the roads and the highways, in the same way that the airport's being shut down. And these are the homosexuals of the military that are going to be committed. And they also know that these are suicidal people. And they're also mentally ill. You're witnessing the ongoing progressive deterioration mentally. You are looking at people who are going crazy in real time while they're stalking me. So they have succumbed to the wicked conduct that they've engaged in. And this is literally, as far as tangible evidence is concerned, the entity is stalking me from place to place. And what you also need to understand is that these territorial demons are gang stalking. This is the one that's committing a battery at the fake church where the entity was stalking by planes. The entity monitors the evidence and then engages in what is calling itself reacting to it and acting accordingly. This is the one engaging in what is battery while stalking me with the entity in planes and helicopters at this venue. This is P.O.C. and this is the one who is going to prison. Alrighty, this is the pattern of conduct at 10:51 p.m. This is the entity that's engaged in that, and this is following moments. I just published the video of the entity stalking by helicopter. That third party that's in that video stalking with light, exhibiting mental illness, is going to prison. And not long after I published that video, the entity is stalking me at the OVITT Family Community Library, in which you are witnessing, like I stated very thoroughly in the discussion on the podcast, you are witnessing the entity that are demon possessed. They are unraveling mentally. You're watching them go crazy. That's literally what's happening. They are being committed. They are desperate. They are suicidal. And they were already mentally ill, as I spoke to years ago. Now their mental illness is being underscored while they are suffering the consequences of that which they intended for other people. Where they engage in gang violence and psychologically torturing another person together, they are subject to this conduct while they are suffering the consequences of that. This is spiritual. You're watching the ongoing progressive and accelerated mental deterioration of those that are engaging in targeting me, including while they're stalking in helicopters and planes, while they're stalking on the roads and the highways, which is also presenting a threat to the public. You're talking about car crashes. You're talking about plane crash. You're talking about the entity that is under all circumstances, which is endangered by a very chaotic and dangerous spirit of death that they have summoned on themselves. And you are witnessing that which the entity has reaped, and that's their own doing. Okay, witchcraft is real. It's only what you're witnessing. It's the fact that it is only those that are cursed under what is sin and darkness. And that are the very demons who try to attack me in ways they have no authority to do so. You are going to witness one that is engaging what is deteriorating before the world in the same way they thought that they were going to sacrifice me in front of the world. You're going to watch the entity that has sacrificed itself. And that's what's relevant behind the entity that is stalking me by helicopter. Walking at night, the stalker. And they're mentally ill. Okay, this is a mentally ill population who are becoming increasingly mentally ill, deranged, desperate, maniacal, running at me with a knife in their hand while I publish that podcast. This is a population of mentally ill people. Do not think that it's not Joy in the library in Upland, California. Joy is absolutely psychotic. She is absolutely engaged in the same suicidal conduct, the same ongoing obsession. And the entire entity is sharing in that ongoing progressive deterioration, which you're witnessing as I document that. That's why they're stalking in planes and helicopters to date. P.O.C. Want you to see the entity that's engaging in more? This is the entity that fully intends on being bankrupted, fully intends on being homeless, fully intends on literally losing their physical life. And this is not me wishing it. This is what the entity knows is coming. And first of all, this isn't even witchcraft. Second of all, there is no way for them to avoid it. And stalking me, which is tangible evidence given to the military tribunal, is not helping these suicidal demons that are being removed from the military and who are going to be committed and who will lose their minds while they're in prison and while they're in mental facilities and mental institutions. And that's exactly where you're going when you're stalking in a helicopter, like this is clear evidence of. This is the P.O.C. This is psychopathic pacing. And this is also relevant to what is criminal obstruction of justice. As I publish my evidence, as I maintain my body of evidence, the entity engages in what is ongoing targeting tactics, which is a documented pattern of conduct, which is serving for not only prosecuting the homosexuals of the military, it's to prosecute the entire state of California. P.O.C. It is currently 10:55 p.m. I want to be clear, they're flying over College of Laverne University of Law. That's not going to be remaining as any law school. It's not a law school now. That's why they're gang stalking. And they will not be sitting as any legitimate institution. P.O.C.